Well, hello everyone. Back again with annoying to my long box here. So, wait, I should probably get that poster. Let's get started. Close to being done. But Daredevil 168, first appearance of Elektra. I think I got this back in the 30s many years ago. Nice, fine plus condition. It's a very important character to the Daredevil mythos. Very important. Oh, we're starting to go a little more manga. Nice. Alright, next one. Amazing Spider-Man number 4. Don't ask me what volume this is too, by the way, because I have no fucking idea. I don't. Volume 4, 5, it's one of them. They've restarted and stopped and restarted. I mean, it's hard to keep track anymore, but this is the first appearance of Silk. Kind of started making her appearance when, Moreland, and they were starting to get into the Spider-Verse stuff, so it's actually, the character's actually a pretty good character, still featured to this day, so didn't just, go away. Alrighty, and then Batman number 244. Now, this is kind of that famous issue where, he looks like he's dead and, he's beating him, and then Batman kind of goes, Roth, and then just, gets him with that one punch and knocks him out. This is like that famous issue. This one was actually a gift, for Christmas, I want to say. It was at a thrift store. And you can see there's a tape hole here, unfortunately. But, no grade is better than no grade. Then Submariner number 1. The first solo title for Submariner premiere issue. Not in the greatest shape. It's, I would say, good. Because, you have the pen mark here. I hate when people write in them like jackasses. There's a lot of wear in there, here. So it's not in the best shape in the world. But I have it. Uncanny X-Men 266. It's the first full appearance again, but again, this is another one where it's like, oh, but he was in X-Men Annual, blah 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 blah, and it's another one of those. But this is the first full appearance, at least. I got this for under $1 because way back when on eBay, someone was selling a bunch of Uncanny X-Men things with 200 something to 400 or something like that, and I did the math and it was like, this is under $1 for every book, and this came with it, so score, yeah. That was at least in 07, I would say. And then Marvel Superheroes number 12, first appearance of Captain Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, who was a Kree. Of course, he ends up dying from cancer. A nice, solid, fine plus, I would say. I think he paid $20 for this. The character that kind of stayed dead. Maybe he comes back once in a great while, but he's dead. Stay dead. And now we have Carol Danvers who's taking up the mantle. And Captain Marvel number 1, one of my favorite covers. When he gets his own first solo title. Probably a nice VG plus. It's got some, creases here and here, but I mean, it's a nice cover. Look at the color, the purple. He's presenting himself. It's his name. It's love it. Love it. Okay, and it's DC Comics Presents number 26. This is the first full appearance of the new Teen Titans, the one that everybody knows of. Robin, Beast Boy / Changeling, freaking Cyborg, Raven, Starfire, all that. That's the first full appearance of that group, and first appearance of Starfire and that. It actually happened in this book, not Teen Titans number 1, which I have, but in this one. I got this for a steal too, for like $20-something. And now that one's cost a lot of money. We got Justice League number 29. The first full appearance of the Crime Syndicate that we all know and love. A Crisis on Earth Street. Pretty much, like, so Earth Street is kind of like the counterpart to all the Earth. Like, the superheroes are actually villains. And so, you got Ultraman, Owlman, you know what I mean? So this is the inverse of that, and so these are the Crime Syndicate. You know, really underused in my opinion. They could do so much more with that, with those characters. Doctor Strange 169. This is when Doctor Strange gets his own solo title, because I believe it was like Strange Tales, and then 169, boom, it's his own title. Yeah, this one I got like for 13 or 14, way back when. And this is at least a solid fine condition. And I actually can't believe, like, I got it, and now, hindsight's everything, because now this book is going for a lot more money than what I paid for. And I think someone wanted to trade me for this, and I was like, you know, I'm going to hold on to this now. Then, New Mutants 87, first appearance of Cable, and I want to say adult Cable, because he first appeared on Uncanny X-Men 201 as a baby to Madeline Pryor when she gave birth. But this is the first appearance of, like, the one we know, you know, the cybernetic arm, the white hair, the glowing eye. So first appearance of Cable, adult version. Then, of course, we go to here. New Mutants 98, first appearance of Deadpool and other people, Domino, Gideon, you know, but it's mainly the first full appearance of Deadpool. This is a very, like, again, this character has shot up in popularity a lot, and I mean a lot. And I thought when I paid like $55 for it way back, like, almost a decade ago, that was a lot of money. Now it's probably at least in the hundreds now. I mean that was a steal now, especially in very fine condition. Yeah. Then, here's some more. Ultimate Fallout number 4. It's the first printing, and this is the first appearance of Miles Morales as Spider-Man. Another one that not more than $15 I've spent for, but I just, for some reason, I just like, you know, I just have a hunch that this character's going to be big, because I read some of the books, and I was like, this character has a good story, you know, good characterization and everything. I was like, I just have a feeling. So I just went about it and, holy crap, man, this is shot up. This character is very immensely popular now. Very popular. I mean, this book has gotten it's gotten a lot more pricier now. And, geez, man, you know what I mean? It's like, hindsight sometimes is everything. And I just had a hunch. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get this. But yeah, this is how we first started out. And he was actually in Peter Parker's not his costume, but the same type of costume. And he had to take it, and I was like, maybe I should change it. It's not the best idea. Alright. And then maybe I'll do 2 more. Amazing Spider-Man 300. First full appearance of Venom. And I say full appearance, because now it's the same bullshit with, well, but it's a $2.99. He appeared in there, and it's kind of one of those where now people want to have debates with it, and you're just like, shut the F up. But this is the first full appearance of Venom. Again, a very immensely popular character. Immensely popular. You know, I mean, Mary Jane right now is Venom at this point. But, yeah, and it's in very fine plus condition. Like, good issue. And this is when he finally switches back to the, you know, red and blue classic Spider-Man after Mary Jane was traumatized by Eddie Brock. And he outsmarts him to beat him. This is one of my favorite comics that I own. Paid $36 for this, and it came with Amazing Spider-Man 252. Talk about a steal. And then I think I'll leave it off with one more. And this will be Marvel Feature number 1. First, like, assemblage and appearance of the Defenders, you know, Doctor Strange, Namor, Hawk. And I got this actually off from someone who used to do videos on YouTube as well. And he was selling like a ton of comic books for really cheap, and I bid on this one. I was like, I gotta get this. And again, it's hard to get these books in really good condition because these are the ones that weren't hack staples but had glue. So this one's a nice, solid mid-grade, like a fine plus at least. But yeah, Defenders #1. I can't, my feature #1. And I think the next video will probably be the last one in this. I think this will probably be the last one in this series, actually, because we're pretty much near the end. I get a few more of these and a few of the things that I have graded, and that's it. Well, thanks everyone for watching.